Hey everyone, welcome to Dusty Cruises, where we inspire you to explore the world and make unforgettable memories while juggling life's challenges. Today's video is a bit of a departure from our usual fare. I want to share something with you that's been on my mind. It's so significant that it might even make me reconsider cruising altogether. But first, I'd like to welcome all of our newcomers and introduce the channel to you. We are a Gen X couple balancing full-time jobs with our passion for travel and exploration. We have fantastic adventures and we hope to inspire you to get out and discover the beauty and thrill of travel just like us. Well, now that we've got the introductions out of the way, let's get back to our video. If you've been following our channel for a while, you know that cruising is more than a passion for me. It's an obsession. From my very first cruise at 14 to my current adventures with Mr. Dusty Cruises, I have cherished every moment of cruising. I envisioned spending the rest of my life cruising at every chance that I could get. I spent a lot of time talking with my husband about how can we fit more cruises into our life. How can we financially plan to retire at least on time, so that we could have many, many years ahead to enjoy cruising. But that dream seems to be slipping away. But more on that in a moment. First, let me tell you a little bit about where this cruise obsession began. My first cruise was on the SS Emerald Seas back when I was 14 years old. It was in the mid-1980s. And cruising was an entirely different experience back then. We sailed to Freeport, Nassau, and this little island that was known as Little Stirrup Key at that time. It was later rebranded and became very famous as Coco Cay with Royal Caribbean. You know, it's a perfect day at Coco Cay. Crab the tuna. You know, who cares? Back then, cruising was very elegant and had a lot of charm to it. We dressed up every night for dinner. Everyone ate in the main dining room, and that midnight buffet was an extravagant affair. Not anything like what Carnival has brought in recently. There would be tables of decadent desserts and hors d'oeuvres and things of that nature. It was completely legendary. But it was also a time of surprising freedom. At just 14 years old, I could try my luck in the casino. I could order alcoholic beverages. There was skeet shooting off the back of the ship. Looking back, it seems like a snapshot of a bygone era, a time when cruising wasn't just a vacation, but it was a glimpse into a sophisticated lifestyle. No wonder I fell in love with it. Unfortunately, though, I was 14 and my parents didn't go on any more cruises. I did take another cruise as my senior trip on the same exact ship, which was kind of strange, but that's just the way it worked out. And then life took over, and apart from that one other cruise, I didn't set foot on a boat again until 2022. My brother-in-law is an avid cruiser himself, and he finally convinced my husband that we needed to go on a cruise, and we did. On September 2022, we sailed on the Carnival Freedom. Yes, she had lost her whale tail by then for the first time. But in the past 2 years, we've been on 5 more cruises, and we have more booked in 2025. So suffice to say, we definitely caught that cruise addiction that so many people have warned us about. But it is the timing of our return to cruising that has brought us to our current dilemma. We began cruising shortly after the pandemic. The cruise ships were just opening up. They still actually had some of the pandemic things in place, mask wearing, that kind of thing. We were unaware of how good those deals were at the time. I mean, we were snagging cheap rooms with $500 onboard credit. And these prices allowed us to cruise while still saving for retirement and enjoying a comfortable lifestyle. We had no idea what was coming. most recently, over the past 6 months, I have been researching upcoming cruises. I mean, typically we would have 4 cruises at a time booked, but now I only have 2 right now. And I was looking for more, and I was very surprised. The pricings were very shocking. Our deals have all but vanished, even though we're casino players. Those deals are not great. The base fares have skyrocketed, and when you factor in the price increases of gratuities, the excursions, the specialty dining, drink packages, cruising is no longer as cheap as it used to be. It is a far cry from the budget-friendly getaways that we once knew, and to be honest, thought would continue. And yes, that was probably stupid of us. Since the pandemic, cruises have steadily increased prices for 2 reasons. One, they're trying to recover their pandemic losses. I mean, Carnival is billions of dollars in debt from the pandemic, and they need to recover those losses. But 2, people are cruising more. There is such a high demand for cruising. John Hild posted on Facebook just last week that 2025, a lot of their ships are close to being at max capacity already. So there's a very high demand for cruising. And between them needing to pay back their debt and rooms being scarce, they can afford to raise their prices without a problem. And I do understand the business side of things, but I can't help but feel that their regular loyal cruisers may be getting priced out of the game. Now, the final straw. Why am I making this video? Well, as a Gen Xer, I'm of age where I can be an AARP member. I hate admitting that, but it's true. And I have been enjoying purchasing Carnival gift cards at a hefty 10% discount since our very first cruise in 2022. And we've used those to cover everything from the cruise fare to even our casino funds. We would purchase some gift cards either ahead of time or even while on the ship, and just whatever we spent, we paid with gift cards. And when you're talking about a $1,000 cruise, I mean, you're saving $100 right there. Well, back in October, November, the discount went down to 8%, and just this week we discovered that the gift cards aren't even available on AARP anymore. According to their customer service reps, Carnival has decided to discontinue offering their gift cards through the AARP rewards program. Now, AARP still does offer gift cards at a discount for other cruise lines, but we all know that Carnival is a cheaper option even without the discounted cards. So we like to cruise with Carnival to save money. In fact, being fiscally responsible is a priority for me because I want to retire someday. So that has made us just go through a process of wondering what our options are. Part of us wants to selfishly hope that others lose interest in cruising, so prices will drop. There won't be such high demand. Another option is to pivot to land-based vacations. I love all travel. Cruising is my favorite, but I love all travel. I want to explore the entire world. My goal is to one day travel all over the United States, land-based vacations. So, I mean, we could just go ahead and start pivoting to that. Do we cut back on the number of cruises we take? Are there ways that we can save money and do things cheaper? So, those are our options. So let's go through them step by step. 1, high demand is undoubtedly great for the cruise industry. So I really don't want that to go away. It's good. It helps the companies pay off their pandemic debts. It boosts their stock prices. And yes, I'm a shareholder. Plus, the more people that cruise, the more they watch cruise videos. So hopefully that helps me there. Speaking of which, why don't you hit that subscribe button to our channel? It's free. There's no obligations. All it does is it tells YouTube that you like me and you want to see more videos from me. It really supports us small creators. This is not we're not a monetized channel. We're not making any money from the work that we're doing here. YouTube does not pay people until they get to 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, hit that subscribe button. And if you're new here, welcome to Dusty Cruises. Now, let's compare the land-based vacations. I have a family that lives in Daytona Beach, so what I did was I planned a trip to Daytona Beach during the same time frame as my next cruise. That cruise that we're doing at the end of January, we paid $1,800 all in. That includes the Wi-Fi, but we don't do the drink package because we don't drink enough alcohol or even sodas to cover paying for drink packages. So no drink package, but that doesn't include our gratuities and everything. So it's all in, along with the Wi-Fi. And so I planned a trip to Daytona Beach during that time frame just to see what it costs. The hotel at a beachfront Hampton Inn, which I feel is equivalent to a balcony cabin, was $1,300 for the hotel, which is a lot less than cruising, but it doesn't include your food. So I did add another about $600 in the budget for food. So that takes us already to about $100 over a cruise, just to stay in the hotel and eat. That doesn't include any entertainment like putt-putt or going to a beachside movie. Doesn't include having to get out into traffic to go to the entertainment and restaurants and all of that. So doesn't include any of those extra expenses, and we're already about $100 over what I'm paying for that cruise. Well, I thought, well, just a week at the beach is probably not as equivalent to a cruise, because on a cruise you do get more entertainment. You get to go to a variety of places. You have, some fun things to do, like the water slides and those kinds of things. So I thought, well, Disney World, that's pretty close to a cruise. So I wanted to see how much it would cost to stay for that same time period at Disney World. Yeah, staying at a value resort, not one of the more expensive ones, with only 2 days of park tickets. Just 2, because I'm thinking a couple excursions, or a couple of times in port. Yeah, that cost us $4,800. Yeah, $4,800. At a meal package, you're looking at $6,000. That's far more than what we spend on cruising. So yeah, cruising's starting to sound still a pretty cheap vacation for us all, isn't it? The funny thing though, when I went into the Walt Disney World website, I had to wait to enter. It literally said that there was such a demand for looking at their tickets that I've been put in a queue, and my wait time would be less than a minute. I just thought that was interesting. Since travel is a non-negotiable part of my life, I have decided that the only viable solution is maybe to cruise less frequently, opt for some affordable land trips, and save strategically for the few cruises that we do take each year. And I came up with some good tips that might help you and me save on our future cruises. One thing is to, of course, use your cash back or your travel points on a credit card. We do that very often. I've been known to pay like the food to get down to the cruise and back home off of my credit card points, gas, that kind of thing. But it doesn't work if you don't pay it off every month, because your interest charges are going to be more than your travel points or your credit card cash backs. So make sure you pay it back every month. Look for bundle deals. On my next cruise and on my last cruise, we got 10% off Wi-Fi because we booked it with an excursion. So look for those bundle deals. Also, wait for a perfect deal to come in. We're going to not book in advance. We're going to kind of wait and see if we get really good deals as we get closer. The cruise that we took in October on the Carnival celebration, that was a great deal. We received a little postcard in the mail, and it was a 7-day balcony room on Carnival Celebration. It was less than $700 for that 7 days. It had $200 worth on onboard credit. Those are the kind of deals we're going to start waiting on. I mean, it was phenomenal to cruise for a week on the Celebration for less than $700. That's all in. That's tips, port fees, insurance, everything, all in, with $200 on board credit. Another thing that we can do is explore alternative sites for discounted gift cards. While I was researching for this video, I found 3 websites that do discounted gift cards: Newegg, Card Cash, and GCX. Now, I've not personally used any of them for gift cards. I have purchased electronics through Newegg. They came highly recommended by fellow cruisers in the Facebook groups. I'll leave a link in the description and in a pinned comment for all 3 websites. Like I said, I've not used them myself, but they did come highly recommended. And finally, cruising isn't just about the cost. It is about the experiences. It's about the people you meet. On our last cruise, we were sitting on top at the sailaway, and a couple sat down next to us, across from us, and found out that they literally lived 10 minutes from us. You know, we're all the way down. We're in Jacksonville because we were on the Elation. We'd sailed out of Jacksonville, and we met people that literally lived 10 minutes from us. So it's about the people you meet and the memories you make, and that's why I'm not going to give up on cruising. It's still cheaper than a lot of land-based vacations. It's still cheaper than a lot of your all-inclusive resorts. It's easy to deal with. You get there, you get on the ship, and they take care of everything. They take you to wherever you need to your next port of call. So I'm not going to give up on cruising, and I hope you don't either. Even though everyone wanting to cruise so much is creating the situation, in a couple of years there'll be more ships out there. Almost all the major cruise companies have new ships coming out soon. They're mega ships that will allow many more people to cruise. So don't give up on it. Let's keep cruising. I want to hear from you. Have rising prices changed your travel plans any? What are some of your top tips for saving money on cruises or vacations? Drop a comment below and let's start a conversation about these items. And while you're dropping a comment, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's a small action that has a really big impact for creators like me. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, wherever life takes you, keep finding a way to explore. Until next time, happy cruising. Oh, before you go, remember I mentioned that great deal that we got on the Carnival Celebration? If you want to see just how amazing that room was, check out this next video. It's my full review of the cabin. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Happy cruising!